Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Tifa has broken the internet, or at least, well, parts of her have. In this lovely little article, a few things, let's see, what was it? The 22nd of February, a little teaser was released for Final Fantasy VII, and boy, oh boy, it broke the internet. You had gamers all over the webs celebrating particular aspects of Tifa's outfit in this lovely little beach scene put out by Square Enix. And, well, people were losing their collective minds on both sides of the aisle. You had one side celebrating the idea of bringing back attractive females in video games, especially Tifa. Can't really disagree with that. And within a week, and of course you had other people on the other side of the aisle screaming to bloody murder about, probably talking about how it makes me uncomfortable in body image, and do women really look like that? Kind of. Anyway, less than a week later, we get the exact opposite of people screaming about censorship. But let's go into a little more detail. This article from Bounding Into Comics. 4 years after release, Square Enix censors Tifa's cowgirl outfit in Final Fantasy VII Remake. There is a good bit of context that is necessary with this, and a lot of nuance. And I'm sure this video, everything I talk about, it's going to ruffle some feathers, but hey, if you make it to the end of the video, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. This cowgirl outfit, well, let's see. While many fans have hoped that recent moves by Square Enix were a sign that their infamous ethics department, fire them all, get rid of the ethics department, put out good video games with attractive characters, male and female, and, of course, good stories and characters, and see how successful your games are going to be. Forspoken. Myth. Oh, God. Oh, myth. Wait, myth? Anyway. A recent and censorious update to Tifa Lockhart's Nibelheim character model in a 4-year-old Final Fantasy VII Remake, I stumbled over my words there, suggests this is far from the case. So people got their torches and pitchforks out over one edit, one censoring of a 15-year-old character. The character of Tifa, in this little flashback in the game, the character herself is 15 years old. Now, if that's all the editing that they did for the game, I don't really have a problem with that. The character's 15 years old. That's a child. However, I do understand what sort of massive red flag that sends up to gamers, especially with the Western puritanical ideals pushing themselves on Japanese products. Censorship left and right, whether it's a skirt, a panty joke, or in this case, she's 15, guys. Relax. Just a little bit. Pushed out to all versions of the game on February 26th. This update for Final Fantasy VII Remake released with only a brief patch note indicating that the devs team had made fixes to several bugs. Ooh, you hid the censorship fix behind a lie. Oh, shame on you. However, fans quickly discovered that Square Enix's changes ran deeper than simple coding updates. In a thread which was unsurprisingly later blocked by moderators, of course, because heaven forbid you should actually listen to and address the opinion of people giving you the money. The people who opening their wallets willingly for your product. So we're just going to ignore them. Steam user Briarpack noticed that the patch also, quote, edited Tifa's flashback outfit to show less cleavage on a 15-year-old. Getting upset. You do you. I'll do me. Sure enough, during Cloud's Chapter 7 flashback to her role in Nibelheim Reactor incident, Tifa's cowgirl outfit now has previously exposed cleavage on a 15-year-old, now covered up with an undershirt. Now, first and foremost, this is that's a terrible edit. Like, it's like somebody just went in and spray painted over the clip. Like, this is bad video game editing. Modders do 100 times better job when they make outfits and new clothes in different video games. How, like, first and foremost, that looks like It looks like somebody went into Photoshop, took a square, and just pasted it on there to post the screenshot. This brings her model in line with how it appears in the demo for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and suggests that sometime in the 4 years since Remake hit shelves, Square Enix felt her appearance had to be corrected. I don't believe you. I think they edited it because she's 15, and somebody at the ethics department said, hey, that's not a good look. That's just my honest opinion. Again, haven't seen anything else. Let's see, combined with the recent censorship of games panty-stealing scene. I don't know the context of that one. I will have to look it up later. Many fans have taken this remake patch as proof positive. No, it's not proof positive. Massive red flag? Sure. Proof positive? No. That the company's aforementioned ethics department is alive and well. I can't stand... Okay, so my problem, if you haven't noticed, if you listen to any of my videos, my problem is people grabbing the torch and pitchforks and passing judgment automatically on a 2-minute trailer or a single line of dialogue, or in this case, a single scene that is adjusted because maybe, and now again, I'm giving Square Enix the benefit of the doubt. Why on earth would you do that? Gee, I have no earthly idea why I would give them the benefit of the doubt on a situation like this. When you show this off 4 days prior, I have an idea that you're not exactly going to follow through with puritanical censorship in your video game, especially you can kind of see. Anyway, back to the article, ladies and gentlemen. Tifa's awesome. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Proof positive. No, I do not think it's proof positive. Now, red flag? Absolutely. Hold on to your wallets. Keep them nice and closed. And wait. I would suggest that. I suggest that with everything. If you have any sort of hesitation on a game, something doesn't sit right with you, whether it's the company, whether it's something, again, something in the trailer that just doesn't sit right with you, line of dialogue, something going on behind the scenes, hold on to your wallets. Hold those wallets tight. Do not pre-order. Let someone else, let someone who makes a career out of reviewing games and talking about games, let them spend their hard-earned money to play the game and tell you what they found. Because I promise you, all the information will be out on day one. First unveiled in 2019, Final Fantasy VII Remake director Tetsuya Nomura confirmed that Tifa's chest had been tightened in the remake based on the department's recommendations. Still looks good to me. Square Enix originally claimed that its only function was to, quote, elevate game content to make sure it aligned with the anticipated age rating standards across the globe. When did cup size dictate an age rating? Okay, I think that's a load of crap. I definitely understand why people were hesitant in the first one. A lot of people felt like, maybe they reduced their cup size. Let's see. However, a 2022 job listing revealed that the ethics department's duties also entailed, quote, checking all game expressions, including scenarios, illustrations, designs, and effects, to ensure that they do not contain expressions that are discriminatory, prejudicial, or offensive. See, that's a lovely word there. Offensive. What's offensive? I don't think there's a concrete definition of that, at least from person to person. What is offensive to you might not likely be offensive to me. No. As noted above, this censorious move unfortunately comes just after a pair of recent developments had given rise to fans' hopes that Square Enix had shuttered the department's entire operation. The likelihood of that happening? I don't see them shuttering the entire operation. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. First of these developments came in January this year when, per a report from Niche Gamer, it was discovered that the ethics department recruitment page had been taken down and still remains offline. That's promising. Well, no matter what you think, that's promising. So maybe, just maybe, the ethics department didn't have anything to do with the patch, or perhaps it was the last thing they did. Now, if it was the last thing that they did, and they did indeed get shut down, then Square Enix wouldn't have put it in. Maybe, who knows, maybe Sony put their foot down with the fact that the character, Tifa, in that scene is 15. perhaps, again, lots of nuance involved here, perhaps a 15-year-old's cleavage isn't all that appropriate. I don't know in what timeline it is appropriate. Sure, you can sit there and say, it's a video game character who is 15 years old. I don't think that's a fight, or that's definitely not a hill I'm going to die on to try and defend. It's just the video game character. No, it is doesn't affect gameplay, doesn't affect the character itself. So I personally don't see a problem with that. That being said, this lovely little scene, and of course there was a leak of Tifa doing a mini game of doing sit-ups in her bikini. If that is in fact in the game, boy, there's going to be a lot of excited gamers out there. Let's see. Second was the reveal of Tifa's wardrobe option for her upcoming trip to Costa del Sol in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Now this is what truly, honest and truly, broke the internet, especially with heel versus babyface. You know who I'm talking about. In addition to the casual beachwear worn by the girls in the game's final trailer, a clip shared by Japanese video game news outlets Famitsu revealed that Tifa, as well as Aerith, would also have the option to hit the beach in a particularly flattering bikini. They're in bikinis. They're on the beach. That's another thing that has me a little bit confounded, why the other side is so up in arms about an attractive woman in a bikini. Why aren't they wearing any clothes? They're on a beach. They're on a beach. If you haven't been to a beach, yes, there's multiple range of sizes in men and women out there on the beach, but for the most part, women are going to wear rather revealing bikinis, such as this. Probably a lot less than what Tifa's wearing in this one, but it's what they like to do. It's what men and women like to do, especially if they've worked rather hard on their physical appearance. They're going to show it off because they're proud of what they've accomplished. I can't remember where I was going with this, but understanding that censoring the flashback, ultimately, personally, I don't expect anyone to hold my views. My reason behind not having a problem with is doesn't affect gameplay, doesn't affect the story, and the character's 15 years old. Kind of weird. Number two, Tifa in the bikini. I'm going to be buying Final Fantasy VII. I will be streaming it on my channel, and I will be seeing for myself what sort of changes may or may not have happened with the game. Do that. I suggest everyone's going to be welcome to come and hang out and watch and call me names and everything like that and compliment me or whatever. I'll give you my opinion. I played the first one. I beat the first one. Absolutely loved it. I found the direction of the new story, because it's a new story, I found it interesting. I want to see where it goes. Let's see where this goes. Tifa in a bikini. If they says, I believe as mentioned this today at the time of this recording, if Square Enix decide to censor in any way, shape, or form, change this scene that they have already released, or do any further censorship on an adult character, because I believe Tifa is 20 years old in the current day for Final Fantasy VII, then you might as well just take all the money that you have spent, that you have trying to earn, and all the goodwill that you have gotten from gamers who see this as a step in the right direction where, hey, whether you like it or not, sex sells. Let's put attractive men and women back into video games with actual, how about some curves too? If you decide to censor that and shut that down, you might as well shut your company down, because you're going to lose all the goodwill. No one's going to buy your game. People are going to hold on to their money. Again, hold on to your money. Keep your wallets tight and close to you. Wait for someone else to review it. Wait for someone else to dig in and find where they may or may not have censored one thing or another. And then make your purchase once that information has come out. Until then, sure, you want to be cautious, you want to be cautiously optimistic. Either way, the choice is yours. But to grab your torch and pitchforks simply because they censored a single scene from a flashback is a bit much for me. We'll have to wait and see at the end of the month when the game comes out. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll let you know what I think about it when I'm streaming it. Hope you want to come out and join me. I appreciate you making it this far in the video. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all that nifty things that YouTubers beg you to do, and I'll see you on the next one.